Hello, everybody. I'm having a bit of technical difficulties with my green screen, but that's okay. So I help lead the College of Alameda Fab Lab with my colleague Vince Stevenson. So what we do in the Fab Lab is we learn how to use software like programs like Adobe Illustrator or Fusion 360 in order to control hardware. Things like vinyl cutters and laser cutters, 3D printers, and all sorts of stuff. So what I wanted to do is show you our lab. And so this is a 3D scan of our lab that we made. Oh, before I go any further, Derek, thank you. That's awesome. We love the Atom program. They do such cool stuff with the machines that we have in the Fab Lab, and we'll show you some of them. Yeah, let's kind of jump right in here. So this is, right as you enter the lab, there are a number of tables where you can, like hang your book bags and get some cool work done. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. Let's go back over here. There we go. So this is where you would sign in and let us know that you're here for a reservation or if you need help with a project. There are some fun projects that students have made up here. But the first machine I want to go to is in our clean room. So there's like an electronics workstation over here. But this machine is one of the first machines that we like to share with students. And it is a desktop cutter. What it can do is it can cut vinyl and very thin materials. If you see the stickers up here, these were done on that machine. What's cool is that at the Fab Lab, as a College of Alameda student, you have free and full access to this space. So there's no machine time fee, there's no materials fee, there's no membership fee. You get to learn on this stuff and try stuff out for free, which is really cool. We definitely welcome you to come in and try, and like no one's perfect, right? I make mistakes all the time. I couldn't figure out what was happening with my green screen right now. And so like mistakes are okay. We're gonna make mistakes. We're going to fail. We're learning new things, and we welcome you to learn them and not to get too hung up when things get a little weird. You know what I mean? So what we want to do is if any of you in the if you would just put in the chat just like a random word, just tell us a random word, whatever it is. It could be, I don't know, a food, it could be a place, it could be a team that you like, just any word at all.
Quail.
Oh yeah, the state bird. Is it the state bird, the quail with the little thing on its head, that little guy? Those are cool. Yeah, so I think now is a great time to introduce my colleague, Vince Stevenson. He is going to be showing us the vinyl cutter.
Hello there. My name is Vince, and I work with Miguel here at the Fab Lab. You can see that smooth transition from that Matterport scan into that room where we actually have the vinyl cutter. Vinyl cutter is right behind me here, and I'm going to show you some magic. So you can hopefully to some degree see the word quail down here. Can you see that at all? Or can I move in a little bit closer? But I'm going to try to get in a little closer with my phone if I can. And can you see I've got a quail? Yeah, here we go. So let's go ahead and print this out. So I've got my text printout. It's a very simple process. I've got everything set up at the moment. I'm going to hit cutting. It's going to bring up a dialog here. I'm going to hit OK. And I'll bring you over to the machine. I'm going to cut out this material so I can bring it over to our weeding station. All right, step out here into the main area.
Awesome. So how about you, Weed, and I'll kind of show some other machines we got going in the lab.
All right, sounds good.
Cool. So yeah, if you're thinking of making any sort of signage, or if you wanted to label things for organization, for your classes, just for your room or your kitchen or anything like that, this is definitely something that you can use on this machine. And I mean, it really takes about like 30 minutes to understand for the first time, and maybe a couple of hours of playing around with to learn. But it's super simple. What we're going to do now is, whoa, getting into some weird zoomception. We'll hop out here. And so Vince is somewhere, I want to say he's like right over here somewhere, but I may be wrong. But yeah, right over here, we have a load tools. There's all sorts of stuff. No experience is necessary to learn how to use the lab. Of course, now with COVID-19 and these new protocols, there will be changes with how we are able to like use tools and equipment. We just want to make it safe for you. We want to make it easy and just like a nice, fun learning experience that can help you no matter what department or what sort of major or what sort of focus you're going for at the College of Alameda. So this is another machine that we want to show you. It is known as a dye sublimation printer. Basically, it has some inks up here that are super special. It prints out basically any photo you've ever seen or any sort of drawing you've ever seen on the internet. You can, if you can digitize it and import it into a program that controls this machine, you can print it out on a piece of paper. And then that paper can get placed onto another a substrate, whether it be, you know, like a mug or a piece of wood or a piece of metal, glass, fabric. And with a heat press, with heat and pressure, the inks actually bond to your substrate, to your base material. So if you've seen like crazy jerseys or like wild, like athletic prints, all sorts of stuff like that, very vibrant, colorful flags with like fluorescent colors, you know, they may have used a machine just like this. What's cool is that you can make like really awesome fabrics, and like Adam students have made like their own customized patterns and stuff, either using Illustrator and or Photoshop, which is, you know, what you get to learn in that program. But there's some other uses for it where we have a student. Let me change the cam. Yeah, so we have a student who's who loves drawing, and so she made this like corgi ice cream cone drawing, and then she placed it on, you know, she used the dye sublimation printer and put them on mugs. What was really interesting is that some other people saw her work and asked like, hey, can you make me some and she made, I remember one day she came in the lab and had reserved the machine. In 15 minutes, she was in, had them printed, put them on, and had like the mugs entirely done. 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes in terms of coming in, signing in, cleaning up, doing the whole nine, right? She made 75 bucks, 25 bucks a pop for them. So, you know, if you want to sell things that you make in here, we want you to, absolutely. We just ask that you cover the cost of materials so that other students who are trying to get to that point can have free access to materials. There's an entrepreneur center on campus tied to our business department that can help you, like if you really want to like set up a small business. There's all sorts of stuff. And so think of us as another resource that you can use in order to make something cool for yourself, to add to your studies, to build skills that are in demand, or something entirely different that we haven't even thought of yet that you have, right? So so this machine is awesome. Now we're gonna go. Oh yeah, what's up, Vince?
Let me just show you a few examples of the dye sub machine, and also I've got that tweeted and ready to go. So I'm just gonna turn my camera so you can see some of the examples of the vibrant colors that you can get with the dye sublimation machine. You can print them on polyester, which is a very, very common material. And we'll show you all of that process once you're here. All right, and here we go with the quail. Started off on a of material. Actually, it says little Q on my screen. I hope it's reversed for you guys.
Yeah, it's reversed.
Here we go.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. Oh man, thank you. I totally forgot about that Blade Runner, the Blade Runner flag. Those look really cool when you backlight them. Say like if they're on a window, or if you put some work lights behind them, or LED lighting. You can make all sorts of really cool lit signage. So let's say if you have friends who are like they're starting a band, or they have like a small business, or they just want to have something really cool. Like if you want to put your baby photos and give them to your parents, spend no money and like have your parents cry because you made them like something super cool and personalized. Totally something you can do, something we welcome, something we want to help you with. So let's go. I'm gonna switch up. Okay, cool. I want to show you another machine. So Vince, I think it's going to be laser time. So is there another word that someone in the chat would like to spit out?
There was pancakes on the chat.
Oh man, I want pancakes so bad. I like waffles. I like pancakes. I want waffles and pancakes. Chicken and waffles. Okay, cool. Yeah, pancakes. Let's do it. So yeah, this is the Universal Laser Systems. It's a laser cutter. So what it can do is it can cut stuff, it can etch stuff, and it can do something called rastering, or it can engrave and it can etch. We'll show you some examples of what it can do in just a second. And so what I want to do now is show you one of the first projects that we would do with the laser. And so this program is Adobe Illustrator. It is the program that we would be learning in our Summer Institute Make Stuff workshop that we're planning. And so this is the initials that one of our students drew. And so the goal is, how do we take something that we drew and put it into the program so that a machine can interact with it and can make it for us, right? So they painted their initials, and then we took this photo. We used a tracing function in the program to kind of go through different iterations. These are like subtly different to try and find like the best version that would work. We then extracted that piece and took it from a photo to actual lines that these machines can understand. These are our paths, our vector paths, mathematically generated lines that some of these machines need in order to follow. We're just giving them, the thing to trace, the thing to follow. So, through different iterations here, we were cleaning it up and up and up, and decided to make these keychains. And it's very faint, but if I go into an outline mode, basically what these machines see, we have a keychain. And so what we have here is, so this is one of those keychains. And so like very simply within around, a half hour or so, we were able to take that drawing and create, and this one's like fully cut through. So like, I don't know if I could see it. I might be able to see it. Maybe you see me, I don't know. But yeah, just like really cool keychains. What's nice is that it's not just wood. You can cut leather, you can cut fabrics, you can cut plastics like acrylic. I laser cut, thinking about food things. I was very hungry one day, and this was like maybe 2016 when I was a student at Laney. And I wanted toast, but I didn't have toast, but I had cork. So I just made these like tiny little toast coasters to like rest my drinks on. And I thought that was hilarious because I just think it's funny. So then I made a little, I laser cut and glued together a little toaster holder for my coasters. And so people were like, that's amazing, I want to buy it. And I was like, okay, cool. So I sold them. And it was just like, I was hungry one day and I started playing around with Illustrator and I got paid to do it, which is fun, right? And so like, these are all like fun things to do, but you have the ability to learn skills that manufacturers and businesses around the Bay Area are thinking about, and that they want, right? Learning how to create files quickly in vector editing programs like Illustrator. And we'll go over some other programs like CAD modeling, computer aided design. They're in huge demand right now, and you can make a pretty good living, high fives, low six figures, depending on where you want to go. And if you want to learn more, there are so many departments in the Peralta Community College District that teach you in depth all of this stuff. You know, we'll give you the basics, but there are majors here, like in the graphic art program, in auto, diesel, aviation, carpentry, machining, welding, all of them, right? That can provide you with some serious skills that will last you for the rest of your life. And what we want to do is just kind of expose you to some cool stuff and see where you want to go, right? Because there's a very big world in Peralta that will be able to help you take care of you and yours for years to come. Another piece we're talking about setting up as a project is this California plate. I love California license plates. I think this is the best California license plate. But it's just about like, how do I take a photo that I found on the internet and make my own file that's just mine? We then use the dye sublimation printer to make our own like personalized plates. You can sell these for like 30 bucks a pop, right? And if you have it all set up, all you have to do is type in different letters, sell them as customized license plates. It takes you 5 minutes a plate. You can sell them for 25 bucks a pop. Kind of cool, just a thought. So let's see, what other things? So it's not just for art and for selling stuff. It's also for like organization. So when we're thinking about like aviation or auto, diesel, photography, culinary, there are, you can make these like tool holders out of foam that you can laser cut by just creating the same sort of simple paths that we saw with those other files. And, it starts with just like, so it starts with just like tracing a tool, right? You could then take that tool into Adobe Illustrator, or take that trace into Adobe Illustrator and set up these paths. Once you have those paths, we'll test it out. And we like to use inexpensive materials. A lot of these materials are free for students to use, but we want to make good use of them. And so, this was a piece of cardboard that was going to get thrown away. Not only is it free for us to use, it's faster because it's so thin. Like what could take us 5 minutes out of wood can take us like 30 seconds out of cardboard. And then we get to quickly understand like, all right, cool. Is this what I want? Should we make some changes? Like, what do we do? That way we can save the material that we want to for last. And there are some times when like you have one shot, like you brought in this piece of glass that you're going to laser engrave. And you only have one piece. So you want to test and you want to do it with inexpensive materials. And we'll show you that sort of entire process, right? And yeah, like right down here, we have all the pieces. Like we have, Vince, what you got?
Okay, here we go. Sorry, I had myself muted. You can see the actual objects that are cut out. So this was the cardboard. Here's a sample of the foam. And then here's an example of the final product. Voila. And he was mentioning engraving on glass. We have an example of the laser etching into a plastic.
Would you hold that up to the light?
Well, we have here our Ruby bridges, a laser wrap in very clear, very high quality, very interesting. Oil press gauges. Oh, before our time runs out, let's go over our pancakes. See, we get a good something dark on the background so we can see that more clearly.
Yeah, would you hold it up to the light, actually?
Yeah, there we go. Hold up to the light. Can you see that, guys?
Pancakes. Oh man, I'm hungry. I'm so hungry now. That's super cool. All right, so we have like 7 minutes. I'm gonna blaze through a couple other things. Let's see here. Okay. So a whole bunch of other time to cover them all. We definitely will very soon. But this machine is something I want to show you. It is our CNC mill, computer numerical control mill. It has a whole bunch of cutters back here that can cut stuff like this, right? This is a holder for our dust collection. But I wanted to show you a couple of things now. So just a couple, I believe last week, if I'm not mistaken, we had a movie night, which was really cool. Let me see if I can find it. Alrighty. Okay. So these were initial sketches of, we were asked to make an old timey movie drive-in night sign. And so this was like a first, this was a first rendering. I do not like the shape. I was trying to do too much. So I simplified it. This was a rendering that we sent out, and we can show you how to make these renders in a different program. This is a mess up of mine. Like, it's far too bright. And it's okay to make mistakes, like whatever, you know what I mean? I'll just make another one that's better. And now I know like how to get around that error. Let me see. So then I'll show you the actual design. So this is that CNC mill actively cutting the front panel. This is it fully cut out. We are using this low-cost plastic that was provided to us for free by Coca-Cola when we were doing a lot of PPE, personal protective equipment for the college, for doctors, nurses last year. These are ping pong balls. What I like to do is you can use Christmas tree lights and then cut a hole into ping pong balls and slide it over the lights, and it diffuses and like softens that light. It looks really cool. And this is like the finished product. Total amount of material cost for this was $4. This is like a 5 foot by 4 foot by 3.5 foot sign. We only had to pay for the vinyl. Everything else were materials that were donated or that we had that had been. I like pulled out some ping pong balls from my like little trinkets area, but it's really cool. And this is it, outside. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, so like you can make small things, you can make big things, you can make all sorts of things, and we're really excited to see like what kind of stuff you want to make. So this link right here, tinyurl.com/OUSD FabLab, will take you to this form. So if you are thinking of, if you're interested in this sort of stuff, if you want to learn more, we ask that you just sign up here and see like, name, email, where do you go to school, some other sort of questions, and we'll be able to provide you with some more information about the program. Again, like no matter what you do at the College of Alameda, this is a resource that you'll be able to take advantage of. Are there any sort of questions?
Mitzi says, great info.
Sweet, awesome, thank you. Yeah, we really like making this stuff. We love sharing it with y'all. So, Vince, you have any parting thoughts, anything like that?
Let me go back to the chat. I saw another comment in chat. Just want to see what it said there. Mitzi says, great stream of thought.
Yeah, awesome.
That was the pancakes and waffles time.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
But it was a great example of the
I can
creative.
show you what remains of those. I can show you that we have plenty of materials, like Miguel was mentioning earlier, for students to use for free. So hopefully you can see my screen here. Here's an example of what we have readily available for you for using on the laser cutter. Can you swap to my screen real quick?
Yeah, you're on.
Oh, okay. I just see you, Miguel. I'm sorry. And down below, we've got plastics and other sheet goods that are already set up to be 2 foot by 3 foot in size. And then you can see back here in our CNC room, we've got a whole slew of sheet goods here. Large 8 foot tall by 4 foot wide material for making furniture and just, gosh, whatever you imagine.
Break, Vince, we're over time.
Oh, all right, we're exactly on time. All right, great. So great having everybody come by, and take a look at our space, and hope to see you once we're able to have you in here.
Thank you, folks. Really appreciate it.